Testing, testing. That works. Should maybe play the sound of the game and not World of Warcraft. If I'm making a run. Okay. So yesterday, that's it. Why does the hero have a little hero sprite have a little bump on the lower left? That's weird. It's always something new. Okay, I'll just write that down and look at it later. Let's open a new page in my bug book. Hero sprite has strange bump on lower left hand side. Weird. No idea what that is. Anyways, so yesterday I'm just going through the devlog. I changed the spider color. The spiders are blue now, and as are their webs. I've been so the problem is normally you would make them gray. Here are some. Normally you'd make the spider webs gray, but that conflicts with the color of the stones in the world. So if I have spider webs on stones, they just blend into each other, so you can't tell what's going on. So they are blue now. It's okay with their splat color being yellow. I think that's a nice contrast, but yeah, it's better than it was before, which was like this cobalt, this greenish yellow color. But it's not ideal. Maybe I'll tweak that again. But yeah, I did that, which involved changing the objects and object colors and going through the world and redrawing the spiderwebs on the ground. So that was one thing I did. The other thing is I started that on stream yesterday is the clutter objects. I haven't utilized all of them. I think I haven't used the, what was it, the reeds. But so houses with zombies. Houses are mostly surrounded by zombies, and I've placed some corpses around them to make it a bit more cohesive. And I gave all the skeleton places these bones, and I gave all kobolds sticks in the ground. So there's a bit more to look at in the game. There's no gameplay value really, other than it might block your way in or your way out. But it's overall the world is more busy, which is good. And I think it looks more alive. Yeah, and I added these tusks as well that do nothing right now. Also not destructible, but hone in the theme of this being a pretty ancient and non-technological world. So yeah, I also removed the vegetation from the dungeons. So that was previously there were only 2 or 3 items, and I planned to reskin them procedurally depending on where they were. So bushes, I would place them underground and they would be procedurally reskinned to be little vases or pottery, actually. Small pottery stuff that you can trample. But I've since done away with that idea. So I had all these bushes lying around in the underworld, which I cleaned up in the clutter placement path. So they are pretty... I mean, it didn't look that weird because it could have been just moss or something. But they are more... The underground is more cohesive now. They actually look more like dungeons. So that's good. And I've also gone through the dungeons and I've placed the enemies that are in the dungeons, I've placed them on the entrances together with these little clutter things. So this is a goblin nest, but the goblin is gone because it got pruned by the prog-gen. But an empty goblin nest is also pretty cool. And yeah, so the overall the theme of the world is better now. It's more cohesive. So that's a good thing. I've also replaced the porch sprite with this one left to the player here, which looks more natural. It's a bit harder to spot, but yeah, I was placing these bowls that I just destroyed here, and that collided with the porches sprite, so I just changed the porches. Now I had these passages for the hidden rooms. And they had the same sprite as well, but their sprite changes the color depending on the tile underneath, so they are harder to see, but they have the same sprite now. So yeah, I think that's fine. Then I've worked on the second to-do, which is adding locked doors and keys to the overworld, and I realized that the changing layers code did not support locking, so I changed that, and now everything is ready for me to place the keys and the locked entrances. There was a complication in that due to the fact that the entities are unloaded. Imagine I have a locked door that leads into a hut. I unlock the door, go in the hut. Well, that's a bad example. It's a dungeon. It's not a hut. It's a dungeon. You unlock the dungeon. You go in. It's pretty deep. You reach the end. Everything at the entrance is unloaded from the game. And then you walk back to the entrance. It loads back in. But the information that you've unlocked the entrance object is gone. So you're basically locked in. So I had to write that into the tile data that gets saved with the save file as well. But also that if the game looks at the location where the entrance was, it now loads a normal entrance and not a locked entrance. That was just one thing. But yeah, today I intend to place all the locks. Not many, maybe 20. So they are just small puzzles. I'm not quite sure if I'll place the locks in the open or if I'll create special bushes, for example, or roots that will drop a key always. And they would also need to be replaced with a non-key carrying variant. So the player can't come back and grab another key because it reloaded with the key. So yeah, either that or I just place the key by hand on the ground somewhere that's non-obvious. Maybe behind a boulder or something to make it easier. Because I kind of just want this to be a small little gameplay diversion. I don't want this to be a thing that you do in the game all the time. So I might start with just the keys, because then I don't have to create these special objects. And oh, why don't I wear this? I have a sword. That's awesome. Let's see how powerful it is. And this is bad. Yeah, let's note this. Locked door by let's say rock at 1529.432 and layer is 1 or 2. I think it's 1. I also made the dungeons, they had pretty open spaces, large rooms, and I raised some walls to make it more claustrophobic. So that should be better. And yeah, what what I did today is I've been thinking about marketing, which is, well, it's a topic I despise, but that's a strong word. It's something I hate, but I put on my producer hat and I rewrote part of the Steam description to be more flashy, and not only that, otherwise I wouldn't have done it, but it's more clear now what the features of the game are. It highlights the unique selling points, if you want to call them that. So I think it's better. I also devised a budget plan that's not in terms of money, but it's one of the smallest plans you could think of, but that where I'll post about the game on release, and what what the content of the post will be, which will be just a small video of the game, and what channels. That's mostly Reddit. And yeah, I'm not sure if I need to farm comments. That's me making comments with a new account the days before to not get flagged as a bot. So I might have to look into that. But it could be fine. Could be bad. Might actually depend on the mods. Yeah, and in other news, YouTube decided to show the actual view count on my shorts, which is that's not true. It decided to stop pushing out my content, that's my shorts, to random people, and it only shows it to a much smaller number now, but it's showing me correct numbers now, so that's a good change that I can work with, because the numbers were all over the place and nothing made sense really. Oh, that. Wait, why do I have full inventory? Why do I have full inventory? So that's very bad. Am I not clearing? So I changed all the, not all the, but I changed a bunch of data structures. Why could that be happening? I was wondering why I had so many items a couple of times now. So oh, I know why. It's because I've moved the inventory in its own global struct, which is called bag. Previously it was included in the state struct that carries all the run information. And I always zeroed out that struct, the state struct, but I don't zero out the bag. So that should be a one-line fix. Let me do that real quick. And that is, let's just look for a zeroing. Yeah, state, bag, and that should be it. It's also funny, this b0 function the stop on Windows just goes through in a for loop through all the bytes and sets them to 0. Maybe that's why Windows is so slow. It's actually a good point. Make be 0 on Windows. Use memset, maybe, if that's available. Okay, that's a lucky find. And this should work now. So let's try picking something up and dying. Okay, I have something. Now I just need a monster. And my bag is empty. Okay, that's fixed. So yeah, with these YouTube shorts now, so the last short has gotten 50 views, I think. So the numbers are not that important. It's important who sees the videos. Because imagine I reach 50 people that are really interested in the game, then that's incredible. But I've realized, with some research, shallow research I should say, that maybe shorts are not that great for niche content. So maybe I really don't want to, but might have to move to TikTok. Not sure if I would can the shorts altogether, but I think TikTok is much better at serving content to small communities that are interested in it, which shorts is apparently not. But I might be throwing out the baby with the bathwater. But I made a TikTok account. And yeah, I might be posting on there, but TikTok is it's finicky. First of all, there's a dagger. Nice. First of all, I don't want to use TikTok because I'm just not interested. Uh-oh. But I think I have to in order to not be labeled a bot. So that's a huge headache. And it might also label you a bot if you upload videos in the browser. So that's a pain as well. Etc, etc. So it's annoying, but yeah, they don't make it easy for you. Didn't I prevent them from attacking you on the first turn? Not sure. But I should fix that. Or maybe I held the controller. So yeah, I'm still figuring out the social media thing. But it's good that YouTube now is done with testing my channel against all kinds of audiences. I mean, it was nice. I'm sure some of you are here because of that. But it was just confusing me. Because the content and makeup and everything didn't seem to make a difference at all. Anyways, that's the marketing segment, this video. Okay. I mean, the game feels pretty nice. It's not too hard. I should probably make it a bit harder, but okay. I say that as I die. I need to find a way to test the later stretches of the path. Maybe with a jump command or something, a debug command. That, well, the thing is, I could just set up, let's say, a character build with items and stats, etc. Level, experience, for what I think the player would have at the halfway mark. But that's just guesswork, because I don't know if the player can actually hit that, for example. So that's the limiting factor. I could maybe ensure that with the bots, with just looking at their levels, probably. See, I think what I don't like about the spiders is their sprite color. I think the ground color is okay. It's a more grayish green that kind of matches the spiderwebs on the floor theme. They would be more grayish, but they would also be much lighter. Just, these are clearly not. Maybe I make them purple again. Or brown, maybe. But that's just the entities, so that's easy. Yeah, so I'll place the keys in a minute. And then after that, I mean, it's probably time to end stream, but I will implement the weapons later, or at least untangle the massive ideas I have and bring it into a form that I can expand on, and not one that would need a complete rewrite for a second idea. Damn. yeah, and then work on that tomorrow. So there's actually a two-parter. So the first part is the weapons, and if they are tied to the item level or not, the weapon types. Currently they are not. Or are they? I've been changing it a couple of times, so I'm actually not sure. But yeah, so I think the plan right now is that the weapons will have each weapon will have a item level on their own, so you can find a sword at level 0, or that's level 1 for the players. For me it starts at 0, and then you could find an axe as well at level 0. So previously it was that the item level is tied to their appearance. So level 2 is always a sword, level 1 is always an axe, etc. I'll break that up so that I can unlock the weapon moves, special moves, either immediately at level 0, or maybe I'll probably tie them to charms. I'm back here again. That you find. So you have to have the weapon and you have to have the charm. That unlocks the special move. Or the other idea was that the special moves degrade the weapon. That might also be an option. And yeah, I'm not quite sure about that. The thing is, the axe having a swing attack that attacks everything around is probably not nearly as helpful as the spear that can attack at a distance. So the axe might be useless. Because if you get attacked by 2 monsters, I don't see a strategy in pulling in multiple monsters and fighting them that way, because that's just more dangerous. Yep, that needs work, but it'll get there. I just need a good foundation that is malleable and expandable. That's the main thing. So I have to have something that can carry future editions. So these are all collapsing correctly, so that's pretty good. That wasn't the case yesterday for some reason. That was close. I'm thinking about halving the health and damage again, because numbers are pretty big right now with 16. but concerning the damage, I'm pretty low already with 2s and 3s. I'll have to see. Yeah, so here's actually a place where I tested the locks. So if I try to enter here, it's locked. But if I pick up the key, then I get in. And so there's a constraint. I have to have the key on the same tile patch. So if I jump out, it has to be in this region. Because if I would place it down here, the key for this hut, player's not guaranteed to get here. Path might run this way. Well, actually, yeah, it might. Well, in this case, player's actually. No, the player's not guaranteed to get there. You could come down here and then go away here. So this would be locked and this would be locked. So yeah, keys have to be on the same patch. In this case, that's fine. There might be huts that have a very small patch, but it would be pretty silly to hide a key in. But I think I might actually want to hide the key in a bush. OBS. But how do I know where the key is? Or maybe a corpse should have the key. That's even better. Yep. Let's do it that way. And I would have to give the corpse a special color. But that I can't do that. Corpses take the color of the ground. So that's good. So I can give it a shiny yellow or something in the editor. So that's actually perfect. So how do I call that body? Let's jump into the code. So yeah, that's the task. And create bushes and vases. So this will be just corpses. And struct. Let's look at what's actually, is it a container? Kind of. Maybe smith, something, locksmith. Nondescript. That's even worse. It's called adventurer. Well, that's also not good. Okay, let's call it body. Holding a key. And that needs a different number. And this is lime or something. Dead body. Or I could, yeah, let's just call it remains. To not give it away immediately. And then... oh, that's actually attack. Okay. Okay, but I have the loot here. Case body. And then I always drop a key. But what I do as well is I write... okay, can't do it here because I don't have the position. But I need to write into the map like this. That this is now 0, maybe even. Why can't I? So that should work. This is, yeah, killed by hero. And all these things just save into the map that they don't want to be respawned. Okay. I should clean that. And actually, the same turn, let's change the spider color to purple. And the cocoon color, actually it's all tea colored. Let's go to the test room. And some keys here. But let's add... okay, this is going to cover my screen soon. This entity list, this object list remains. Okay, that's slime. But it should... oh yeah, doesn't. It doesn't take the color of the floor. Body. Do these spiders look better? Don't think so. Maybe I need to change the webbing, maybe. The webs to, well, what is the color? Give me some spider webs. Color is 40. What is that? Green. So web is green. That looks better. Getting there slowly. Okay, test room. I need remains. Key, open. Okay. That should work. So let's lock up some things. So I want 20 or 30 in the world. Not sure how I'll distribute them evenly and what I should and shouldn't lock. Maybe I'll start with locking the huts. Might be easiest. Yeah, I'll go to the bathroom real quick. Be right back. And then we'll lock some doors. Be right back. Let's start with the huts first. So output remains there. I need boundaries. And let's say I'll shut every fourth hut, maybe 1, 2, 3, 4. Is that how it goes? No, it's not. So every third hut. Yeah, I'm trying to feel this out. I can put them here actually. Oh, this is a large patch. That might be annoying. Also, I won't find this again. Here. Won't find it there either. It's also kind of mean that there are decoys. But yeah, it's fine. Probably place it kind of near, like there. Then I need the locked entrance. And that's okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's just reuse one of these. The player can take the key with them if they want to. Don't see a problem in that. One. Two. 3, 4. That one's broken. Counted that one, I guess. 4. Okay. And a locked entrance. Did I count that one? Don't think so. 1. 2, 3, 4. Okay, there are many here. That's fine. Let's lock one of these. Maybe lock this one. And then give the key to this guy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this, let's lock this one. I should have kept track. Not sure where I was. 1. I think I have 3 or something. So this is the 4th. Oh, this is on a different patch. Be careful. Let's move this guy over here. So that would be 4, maybe. 1. 2. 3, 4. These are all temples. Oops. Let's count that one. 1. 2. 3. 4. One. I counted that one. Doesn't matter. 2, 3, 4. That's 2 more. 1. 2. So proximity isn't important. 3. 4, because the paths are linear and they go wherever they want. Okay. That's done. 1. 2. Have that one. 3. That one's broken. That one as well. What am I looking for? Number 3, I think. 3, 4. Okay. One, 2, 3, 4. Let's just lock this one up as well. And it felt like a good mix. Could be wrong. Let's just add 2 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Something about that. 7 or 8. So let's do the dungeons. Maybe I'll start offset. Do every 4th dungeon. But yeah, I'll have to do that underground. Say every 5th or something. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5. That gets a guy over there and a locked entrance. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. That one's exactly... No, it's actually somewhere else. Okay. Let's just plop that one down there. Might be fun to have them buried behind boulder puzzles, but yeah, that's fine. Should I count that one? Well, it's not important. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. We counted one? Don't think so. They all kind of landing in the middle. What about this one? Oh, that one's a bit cramped, but let's make it a bit annoying. Put the guy over there, but it's obviously placed, so it should be fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Where is the exit? There. Okay, this is a tiny region, so I can't do much, but place it there. And maybe let's lock this one. One. I feel like I had these. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, I'm again landing in the center. Let's lock up this one, just because it's in the outer skirts. And give it to this one. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 4, 5. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. This one maybe. Why not? One, 2, 3. These Yeah, I should lock one of these. One, two, three. Oh, I had all of these. One, two. Yeah, there's not much left. So let's do this one. Where does this go? It's also kind of large. Okay. Where am I actually? Okay. So I guess that was about 15 total or something. So let's go through the overworld, fly over it and spot things might need locking. Well, it's actually kind of hard to tell. I would like this to be locked, maybe. And this one. I also need to remove the key. Okay, I did. There's also, okay, I did this one. And I should lock the large hall and put the key. I could actually put the key inside one of the houses. Could put the key actually inside a hidden room in one of the houses. But this will destroy the entrance, so I can't get to this anymore. I think that worked, because normally Shouldn't be able to get in there. Yeah. Oh, and this is a bug. I saw this yesterday. But I think this only happens with the locked keys. So I can't attack the ghoul because it says it's locked. Which is of course nonsensical. Because I'm pressing away from the hall. Might be that I do the is locked check in the wrong place, or it could be that I steal the turn. That may be it. So let's fix that. So that is in nav. Return 1. Should return 0. So let's test this in the test room. I'll need a... yeah, that's a bit annoying. I'll need a small dungeon. And a entrance. Locked entrance. And then I need to stand there and I need a monster. Chuckle will do. And I'll stand here and... well, I could attack this time, so that's even worse. Oh, that's not even worse. I changed it. I changed the code. So it's working, but it's still printing the lock message. So what the game's trying to do is trying to unlock. Because I'm standing on the entrance. That doesn't work. It says, okay, this didn't take up a turn. And I also couldn't enter. So try something else. It tries attacking the monster to the south. But it still prints the message that it's locked. So it shouldn't... the order is wrong. The order is wrong because it doesn't check in which direction I'm pressing. Yup. Tries to move normally. I'm pressing down, I'm pressing away from the wall. into the entity, but the normal move still fails because there's an entity there. Then it looks at its ground and it sees a porch there. Actually a locked porch. It tries to unlock without checking which direction I'm pressing. So this unlock check needs to go into the porch. This function. So here it searches for the other second piece of the porch, or the entrance that's underground. If it doesn't find that, because I'm pushing away from the wall, then this just breaks. But if it does find it, then I do the check. Let's put in a assert here. Come on. Because so this is the entity. Every entity has a ground entity pointer. So if an entity steps onto something, that something will get moved into the ground pointer of the entity that is stepping on it. And here I check if I can unlock the ground, which is the entrance I'm standing on. And that has to be present, of course. So crash if it's not, so I can see it. And then, I mean, this will crash, definitely. But if it crashes with an assert, I get the line number. So if I can unlock it, if I cannot unlock it, do I skip or do I return? What do I do here? Right, porch. I think that's okay. There's no fall through. Let's just try this. Okay, thank God I saved this. Could you please spawn the jackal? Okay, so I'm pressing down. I'm attacking. It's good. Pressing up, nothing happens. Do I still have the underground? Yeah. Sag. Even with a key. PN. So this, oh yeah, this needs to check for both locked and unlocked porches. Kind of. So if I'm standing on the entrance and pressing into the wall, it looks one tile further in all layers if there's an entrance and gets me there. But why doesn't it work with this new logic? Let's look here. So if I can't move normally, I look at the ground. If the ground is a locked porch or a porch, do the move for that. That looks at the destination and then it tries to unlock. So this should just work. Why am I teleporting? Okay, that makes sense, I guess. Why doesn't it unlock? Ethan, how's it going? How are you? I'm fine. I'm fixing a bug. Working on the locks in the game. This is my test setup. And I'm trying to get in the locked door, but I've lost all control over it. I have these keys. So this worked before, but there was a strange bug. I'm trying to fix the bug and now nothing works, which is, yeah, the usual. But I'll get there. Lockpicking, not really. It's just picking up a key that's hidden in one of these bodies and then carrying it to the entrance and unlocking it. Am I doing this wrong? Yeah, oh god, I'm stupid. Needs to be one further apart. Okay. This looks better. If your test setup works, then stuff works as well. Okay. Good. So now the problem was if there's a monster. Oh god, what am I doing? If there's a monster behind you, couldn't attack it. Give me the monster. Awesome. Should go for the Skyrim like lockpicking, except have lockpick scarce, so it forces people to search for a key. Like Morrowind, where you just spam with a lockpick at the object you want to unlock. Yeah, that's I remember that because a lockpicking minigame can be a pain in the ass. That's fine. I can't talk. I had a lockpicking minigame, but it was super simple, but kind of fun. I could use that, of course, instead of the keys. It was just super simple. You have to press the D-pad in one direction, in the correct direction, and tap the X key a couple of times. So if you pressed in the wrong direction, a lock on the screen would wiggle, but only slightly. And if you press the right direction and the X key, it would vibrate harder. And you would need much less button presses with the X key to open the lock. That was kind of fun, but also kind of gimmicky and not well thought out. And yeah, but a currency for the locks, like a lockpick. The problem is basically that it's another thing to balance, because I need to drop the lockpicks or keys at the right time. Right now I'm placing them by hand near the lock, just kind of hidden, like an Easter egg hunt. My brain is half working, so many chores today. I do think lockpicking minigame along with normal keys would be interesting. Gives the player the option to level up a new skill. Also help them explore more if they have to go around looking for lockpicks too, etc. Yeah. So leveling up a lockpicking skill, that's far off. Don't think I'll have skills in the game right now. But what I love about the Skyrim minigames is that they give you a break. The action stops, game is completely stopped, and you can just tinker. It's a little dexterity game that I think is really nice as a change of pace. So either I'll do that, or I'll base it on the Easter egg hunt that I have right now. Maybe I'll just feel it out. This, what I'm doing right now sucks, then I'll just change it. Quite like the minigames in Nord Burrows, where you have to match up stones and you can press a lever to open a door. Okay, that sounds interesting. Or find a hidden lever to open a door. Okay. Nord Burrows. Oh, you mean the Skyrim dungeons? Because that sounds like Skyrim. Match up the stones. Oh yeah. Okay, I get it. I thought it was it was a mobile game or something. Yeah. So they are super simple, the puzzles in Skyrim, but they are nice. To just as a other mode of the game that you just jump into for a second and then continue. Yeah, so I have these boulder puzzles. Not sure if you've seen them. They are hidden rooms. Actually not sure if I can find one. Yeah, I can just look here. Yeah, like this. So little rooms that have these boulder puzzles in them. So I want to get to the chest, but I need to get these stones out of the way in some form. So I think these are nice. I could add more of these in the And how do I solve this? Oh, this. I could add more of these in the dungeons, for example. That could be nice. As a change of pace. That would seamlessly integrate into the game, for example. Ever thought of doing pressure plates where putting a stone on a pressure plate can open entrances? Yes. I've had a whole bunch of these logic things. So, levers and pressure plates that can raise stakes in the ground. But I threw them all away because it became too... it was just... nothing was thought out. So... it would be relatively easy to bring them back. But the thing is... yeah, there's one large caveat that Skyrim doesn't have to handle, and that is, in this game you can come from either side. So each puzzle must be solvable from both sides. And that's a pain. Except for in the dungeons. I could make them so the dungeons are kind of linear. So I could put the puzzles in the dungeons, which might actually be a good idea. Skyrim dungeons are extremely linear. Yeah, but mine could be too. And I've been thinking about that. I discovered by accident that I can, for example, in this dungeon, okay, it's a bit messy. But I can make this totally linear by adding, what was it? A stone, a boulder, and a destructible pole the other way around. So I cannot come in here from this way. This is blocked, but if I come from the other way, I can destroy the pole and move this out of the way. So I can make every dungeon linear in a seamless fashion. Skyrim dungeons are extremely linear, which isn't bad, but every single dungeon being linear and the secret door at the end that leads you back from the start can get tiresome. Yeah, I know. So if I played Skyrim nowadays, which I haven't for a while, but if I play it, I just walk across the map. I circle the map and do all the dungeons because I just like it. And it's a formula that you notice after a while. But I think it's elegant. It's just that they have 200 of these. I think the only truly unique and fun dungeons are the Dwemer ruins. There are bad ones, yeah. But there's one dungeons in the mountains. It's where you enter a small stone room and the iron rods come up around you. And then you fall down huge distance into a river. I think that's what it was. That one was amazing. That one was really crazy. But I like linear dungeons. But the thing is, Skyrim does it because they have a large overworld that's completely open. And then the dungeons are linear, so that mixes up the gameplay really nice. For me, the path is linear as well, so I'm not sure if that's the way to go, but I like that. So if I have linear dungeons, I can put better puzzles in them. Oh yeah, that's a Dwemer ruin. I watched a video on that the other day. Get a powerful Dwemer artifact. Yeah, the quest for the, what are they? Some crystal shards in it's a large quest chain. That's also super fun. Where you meet this ghost woman, I think, at these large forges. There's some really cool quests in Skyrim. Yeah. But yeah, maybe I should make the dungeons linear, just in preparation for adding more puzzles. And I can also better steer the player experience. So that may be something I should do. Sadly, I can't have... Well, I can have one-way ledges. Wait, can I? I could. But I don't have something to jump down, like in Skyrim, at the end of a dungeon. That would be a fun little nod, but yeah. Okay, so, I mean, most of these are pretty small, so they should grow them as well. But yeah, lockpicking. Maybe I'll start with the dropped keys. Why is it still locked? Oh, maybe I should replace the entity. Yeah. Solstheim has a weird one where you give money to this dark elf to excavate a Dwemer ruin. And you get a letter every few days to come visit, and it's either 1, Draugr killed the miners, 2, he needs more money to hire some miners, or 3, he needs money to hire muscle to protect the miners. And eventually you learn a new shard and get access to unique ancient Nordic armor. Not Dwemer ruin, an ancient Nordic ruin. Yeah, I've been to Solstheim maybe twice. Oh yeah, that was amazing. I think it's Solstheim is the island, no? Seeing Morrowind in the distance, that was amazing. That was crazy. But otherwise I haven't been to Solstheim much. Just ran around it. And marveled at Morrowind. Yeah, the island, and you can see Red Mountain shooting out ash. Yeah. That was actually epic. Such good games. Okay, I think I placed all the locks now. Yeah. Oh, I wanted to go over them and see which one needed a lock. So that was kind of here. Let's see. I think Skyrim gave the Dark Elves source time. As when the Red Mountain erupted, it killed most of the people on the island of Vardenfell. Oh wow, okay. Which is why there's so many Dark Elves there. Quite like the references to Morrowind in there, and you see ghosts from Morrowind, like the guy who created Raven Rock and stuff, and the garrisons, Dead General from Morrowind. So when does Skyrim play on the timeline compared to Morrowind? I've never thought about that actually. Skyrim takes place like 200 years after Oblivion. Okay, and I guess Oblivion 200 after Morrowind or something. The Emperor in Oblivion is the same in Morrowind, so there's probably 250 years different between Morrowind and Skyrim. Oh, okay. Got it. Don't like this thing. What should I lock? Maybe something here. Okay, this is locked, and then these, only this one has an entrance. And this one. So let's lock this one. I could go on about the lore. One of the guys in work is the same. We played darts in the office, was talking about it a lot. That's awesome. I was really into the lore of World of Warcraft at the time. But that's, yeah, 20 years ago or more. Well, about 20. So I don't remember much. But I actually read all the lore stuff. Not the novels or something, but creation of the world and so on. Okay, I think this is okay. Yeah, I cared about the lore probably up until Wrath. Yeah, I stopped playing in at the end of Burning Crusade. So yeah, same actually. Let's do some runs until I find a locked hut or dungeon. Okay, that doesn't look like a normal run. Press the wrong button. I played until Battle of Azeroth, but I think the game went proper off the rails after Mr. Pandaria and Cataclysm. I first played when I think Wrath came out. My cousin let me play on his PC, and I was a fan of Tauren. It was almost always hard. Okay. That's nice. I was always human. Always in the alliance. Oh, did I pick up the key? Okay, I mean, that's lucky. That's... and again hit me instantly. So yeah, I'll need to fix that. Well, I can also lock the keys inside the huts. It's also fun. But yeah, so the problem with my method right now is that the player doesn't have to carry around the key for long. So there's no inventory pressure. But I think that's fine for now. Yeah. Yeah, I can improve it in the future. Maybe add lockpicking. And then fade away the keys or something. I don't mind Night Elf. Night Elf Druid is a lot of fun. TBH is probably the character I have the most hours in. Alongside Draenei currently. But probably across the years it's probably gonna be Warlock Undead. I made a few Warlock characters. And they're actually a lot of fun to play. That's what I thought. But I was always a rogue. Fitting for this game, actually. Yeah, I was always playing rogue. And stalking cloth wearers. Yeah, so walking around unseen was just too much fun. But yeah, when all the raiding began and it became so much about gear and min-maxing the game, I lost interest. Just wasn't fun anymore. Druid, Warlock or Paladin, usually, okay. Yeah, I've mostly played Rogue, and I think my first ever character was a hunter. And then I played Priest for a long time, and then I stopped with Rogue. Every once in a while I play WoW Classic. I like games where you have to actually read a journal to learn directions or pointer telling you exactly where to go. Yeah, that's a part of why the questing is fun. Quest markers are in games and a lot for me. Oh yeah, you mean these? Yeah, these Ubisoft interfaces. Yeah, they are horrible. I hate them so much. And Event Horizon, no, not Event Horizon, that's a movie. Horizon Zero Dawn is the same. It looks like an Excel spreadsheet on a screen. Yeah, I don't like that at all. WoW Classic, I resisted the urge to play Classic when it came out. I played on private servers 10 years ago for a while, but yeah, the spark was kind of gone. But it's still great for just doing something while you're listening to a podcast, for example, while leveling, just shutting your brain off. I think that's amazing. There's no other game that does it like World of Warcraft. Yeah, like shows exactly on the map or on a compass. Skyrim and Oblivion have them. Yeah, but they are kind of hidden. Skyrim and Oblivion, and they can actually be helpful if the quest NPC is somewhere down in a large house or something. But yeah, I get what you mean. I think Battle of Azeroth added Skyrim-like quest markers. Okay. I mean, most people back then had all these quest add-ons anyways, so I think they just went where the people wanted to go. I just find a lot of games use quest markers to avoid having to do good level design or more explorative features. I have no idea why they do it actually. No idea. There are probably many reasons. Yeah, so I've been here actually. But I validated that it works. So I can now maybe work on the weapons. Good level design where you have proper paths, hint and indicators of where to go is much nicer and with good taste, I find. Over quest markers that just holds your hand and says this is exactly where to go. I mean, I think there are two different kinds of games, really. So yeah, it feels like work if the game tells you exactly what to do and you just follow the instructions. I mean, playing Lego is nice, but then don't give me a large world to explore. You know what I mean? Then give me a strictly linear experience if you want me to just tick off boxes. But I think it's also it totally has to do with the gaming audience getting broader, so that they want to be more inclusive for people that might be new to games, which makes sense. Yeah, I think in my case it's mostly with open world games, yeah. So, I mean, they want to be inclusive and of course broaden their market share with their game, but yeah, they feel so. When I played, what was it? The Assassin's Creed Odyssey, I think it was. It was just, I mean, the scenery, the artistry, the sense of the world is amazing, and just running around was an awesome experience. Then the combat and especially these how they systematized it just felt so shallow and just felt like work, really. So I dropped off that game pretty quick. Yeah, I think a lot of modern games are very handholdy and not challenging. A friend of mine who started Elder Scrolls with Skyrim, and he gave Morrowind a go and had such a shock at how difficult and challenging it was. Yeah, I mean, but Morrowind is not easy. He has a point there. I mean, I've played Morrowind when it came out, and it was weird and strange back then, and it's still weird and strange to me. But yeah, so Elder Scrolls is the Skyrim. I mean, has just much more rounded edges, and I think hits kind of a sweet spot. Sounds like skill issues to me. Definitely skill issues, 100%. 100% skill issues. No question. But yeah. And that's why I haven't gotten into Skyrim, Morrowind as much as Skyrim. Okay, I'm running back and forth here. Oh, and another locked entrance. No, didn't unlock this. What's going on? Or did I unlock this already? Might have not saved. Okay. Okay, this works. Now for the hard part of today, which I think I'll just concept on stream and then implement offline. And that is the... Yeah, what exactly is it? That's the thing. So I want charms in the game. I want them to take up an inventory space, but give a buff or a bonus. I want them to drop either at the path stones, which would make the most sense, but would kind of overload the path stones with meaning if I don't take away their healing. Yeah, I should move that. Should remove that. But then you walk to the path stones. There are 10 in total. Each one drops a random charm that might have the prerequisite of having an item, a piece of gear. So there might be charms that don't give you, that only give you a bonus if you're carrying a sword or a shield, etc. But there might be charms that work with everything. And then you have to decide if you want to restrict your inventory with more charms, or if you choose only one or two that are hopefully tailored to what kind of items you have. So that's the idea. I should make an inventory of how weapons work right now, because I'm not sure anymore. And there's actually an unsolved problem with this locking. That is replace the locked entrance entity with the unlocked one. Not sure why I'm writing that down, because I should do that right now. And it shouldn't be hard. I just need, what was the other code? The entity replacement. God. No idea, but it's a free call. Grab free. Free ET, I think. Temporary entity. Yeah, there it is. Okay, I'm using the temporary entity. Oh god, that's dangerous. But I can do it. Oh god. So I need to remove the locked entrance because its tooltip says locked. So I'll remove it with a normal one by just creating a new entity, pasting over all the data, new entity onto the locked port, so it becomes a new one, then I free the old one. Does that make sense? No. Need to free the new one. And I'll just write a comment. I'll see that. And locked entrance is also too long of a name for my heads-up display. And locked chest is then, of course, as well. Oh, no, locked entrance is too long. So let's just rename it to door entrance as well, because it's not open. There is a door there, and it makes a sound, even if it's not locked. Let's see if that works. Okay. to the test room. Locked door, that works. And then locked chest will work as well. So, but now if I take this key, then I'm forever lost. That's not that good. Nav.c. Whatever done. ET is not used down here, so, and this returns 100%. Maybe I should only do this. Oh, yeah, I'm stupid. I'm replacing the hero. I need to replace the hero's ground. And this should only happen if it's a locked porch. Okay. Dude, test room. Thanks. Okay. That works. Looks good in the legend. Why is it saying rock? What happened? Okay, I'm still screwing up somehow. Why does it turn? So if I enter, it doesn't say anything in the legend. Move one up. Oh, what is happening? Okay, I'm screwing up the memory somehow. Yeah. That was not how that was supposed to work. Okay. I go in. Door's there. I go out. It's a door. It's not a locked door. Awesome. Good. Let's commit this. Add locked trances. I'm still not. I'm not utilizing the locked chests. Should maybe do that. Should maybe do that. More work, more work. Okay, I'll do that later. That's pretty easy. That's just content. Okay. So, make weapons individual items. Remove armor, only shield from now on. Okay. Go on with this. Remove the armor, only shields from now on. Why is that? Oh, that's for the special moves. Yeah, so I'm still not sure about the special moves. So that is swords to crit damage, spears have longer reach, axes attack everything around you, daggers, you can pick up daggers again after throwing them. I don't think that these should be base abilities. I think those should be added by charms. And I think I'll try that first. How do I approach this? So these are the tasks. Rest are just notes. Then add charms for drop charms. Add pathstones. Giving regen plus, hunger minus. What else is there? Poison minus. Yeah, 3 is enough right now. Should maybe stack. Yeah, they should certainly stack. And then that might actually be enough for the beginning. Maybe melee damage minus and range damage minus. So purely passive. And maybe vitality plus, Strength plus, defense plus. Sounds like a good mix for the beginning. Just passive ones. That will mix up gameplay. And then, yeah, I'll see. Trinkets, rings, and amulets stay bound to item levels, but add 1 random stat per level. No. Increase strength, vitality, defense, respectively, and +1 for each level of the item. So that sounds better. That creates an imbalance, because I can only wear one of these. If I have +3 defense, I might need to counteract that somewhere else. Maybe that's not fun, but I'll figure it out. Okay, remove armor. Should be easy. Did I commit the last change? I think so. So leather armor is why do I remove them? Why should I trust myself here? Because there are no good charms. Because only the shield can have an attack or an ability. I think I would also need to bring back the +1 indicators for now. That's okay. So leather and mail are gone. That's okay, they can come back later. Then this gets mixed up. Mace is gone. These two as well. Mail, mace. Stone. Dagger adds X sword spear. Dagger X sword spear shield. Okay, that's gear. 2, 3, 4. So these are not placed in the world anywhere. So I can just change their indices. And then the rest is fine. Okay. Now, how the charms work in the code or in the data, I'm not sure right now, but I'll figure it out. And I need to outsmart dagger spear. Okay. What I'm looking for. What is this? Very. Yeah, this is all gone. Why did I need this in the first place? For here. So yeah, these need to all go in there now. Sword, dagger, spear, ring, amulet. What was it? Trinket. Okay, this needs a lot more zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Fuzzlings. We can closer to 200, yes. Approaching the 200. 200 wish lists. Item. Oops. And in the vase, I think that's the same. Yep. So this can go. And then the enemies, I'll take care of them later. How are you doing, Fuzzlings? How's your Sunday? Field. Amulet. Okay. What am I doing? Good, sunny and lazy. That's nice. What's he complaining about? What? I hate these error messages. Undeclared identifier stone. Okay, thanks. Tells me at the stop at the top and then floods it with useful info. Where's the stone? What is this? Wait a random object to spawn along the path. That's a dagger. And this... I'll just remove this. Unused LV. What? Here. Didn't I just fix this? Okay, game. Weapon. If I have a... That's just a dagger now. And this is... Throw. Only works with a dagger. Okay. Did right. More stones. Wait, didn't I comment this out? Oh, let's comment it out. No. That's if you have a throwing weapon, you hit with it, it would consume a one charge of it or one item of it, one count of it, by just using it in melee combat, which is, yeah, it's not that good. Okay, did that work? Okay, remove armor. Drop all along the path, but increase level in segments. So that's very level. This is this. Gear, weapon, accessory. So that works already. Make trinket, ring, amulet increase. Strength, vitality, defense respectively. And +1. Okay, where's that? Is that... Oh, there's max HP. Okay, so the accessory in my bag that I've equipped increases vitality +1. So that's good. But what is not good... What? No, that's okay. But that's actually... That's not completely right. So let's say vitality is the status that is from level ups, increased from level ups. And then if I have... If I have an accessory equipped, then it's either a trinket or a ring or an amulet. And depending on what it is, it increases... Well, that's also wrong. That's too complicated. And bag, accessory is... So what increases vitality? Trinket, the ring, or the amulet? Strength and defense are the others. Say trinket. But they are kind of tiered, so that's not good. So let's rename the trinket to bracelet. And give that the vitality boost. Yeah, that's self-explanatory. And then struct, trinket, bracelet. Okay. That's vitality. I also need strength. Yes. Okay, this is weapon. But if the... Oh god, did I make this correctly? Yeah. So it's basically this, but with the... What do the braces give strength? Yeah, it's probably the amulet. No, it's a ring. Amulet gives defense. Bracers give strength. Ring gives vitality. Oh no. Andre, how's it going? Strength, vitality, defense. Very cold Sunday here. Okay. Played the game a lot yesterday. Okay. Have some ideas? Oh, how was it? How was it? I know you're probably playing... Not sure when I released the last version. Set. On the 5th. So that was 5 days ago. Games Fun managed to get to the 5th stone a few times. Not bad. Not bad. Biggest cause of death was starvation. Okay. So yeah, the game is a bit easier now. And it feels better than a couple of days ago. Let me see. Maybe I can upload a new build today. Should probably do that. I've also been thinking about creating a demo for the game, so that I just cap the number of turns someone can take in the demo or something like that, and release that on Steam. That might maybe be a good idea. My goal was rationing potions, so I would constantly play with 3 to 5 HP and also dial a lot of times to buffed enemies that do 3 to 5 HP damage. Skeleton +2 or troll +2. Alright. Rationing potions. That sounds pretty dire. But did you have fun? But I mean, Pathstone 5 is halfway. That's actually not bad. With how hard the game is that you're playing. The version of it. It's actually impressive. Okay, I have... What do I have? So these add to... Well, it's kind of the same. And level... That's accessory. So I have strength and vitality, then I just need defense. That's here. That's amulet. Armor class. It's nice to try to get to the end of the path constantly. Also, the stone mechanic is pretty nice. Like this, the serpent or the others, one that blinds you, scorpion. They're a pain to deal with, so I always resort to going back and crushing them with stones. They're smart ones that dodge the stones. Yeah, I've seen that as well. Yeah, squishing enemies with stones is really funny. Yeah, that's great to hear that you're having fun. That's awesome. Yeah, thanks for sharing your experience. So that means I don't have to stress too much about making it too easier. Also, too much easier. Yeah, okay, I have defense as well. Okay. So that leaves that's done. Actually, I shouldn't remove them. Drop charms at pathstones. Okay, now I need charms. Yeah, the enemies that dodge your stone squishing attacks, they're pretty funny. Oh. Great. Let's just go to the test room. and drop some stuff. Items, sword, axe, dagger, spear. Sword should maybe have a larger sprite. Sword sprite needs longer blade, and then the shield, trinket, ring, amulet. Well, actually that works out pretty nicely. Yeah, I'm not adding the amulets to the calculation in the stats. Oh, I'm doing it wrongly. Okay. That is in game. Stat. And this is... I need to update these calculations. Should put them into functions. Yeah, let's do that before I go crazy. Game. I'm already in game. Will the game release on 20th of May? Yes. Yes. Into early access, that is. So let's call this hero defense. Strength. Defense and vitality. Okay. So this is strength. I'll need extra variables for this. And this will actually be hero strength. That looks good. And then defense is this. And these function names are probably not that great. Should be this. Strength value, and then all I need is vitality. And that is in max HP. Where's that object? Here. And vitality. And that is just status and the ring. So I have hero vitality, that's vitality value, and then that's how it works. Okay, that's stupid. Or maybe not sure if I need that. Okay. Where is it? 383. Okay, don't need these apparently. Okay, now back to the task, which is rendering the status. And this is just damage. That was plus equals strength value. Armor class was just defense value. Vitality was just vitality value. Don't quite get this, but should probably work. Teleport test room, because I didn't save. That's okay, I just need these 3. Defense, vitality, strength. Okay. I forgot to add item. And then let's look at the list. Okay, still not dropping charms. So I need a new item. Well, that's actually the question. I should probably have a... Yeah, let's start simple. But I should probably have 1 item per charm. The alternative would be to have 1... I can't do that. I need 1 item per charm so I can name them differently. Maybe later put them in the same category or type. If I need to act on them. But yeah, they need to be equipped. Do they need to be equipped, or do they just need to be in the inventory? This is yeah, why do I have these, the ring and the bracer and the amulet for stat buffs, and then also add them to the charms? So maybe I should make them special and drop them from stones. That won't make sense. So I don't add charms. I drop these trinkets, accessories only from the stones. And then I can even... I can give them buffs. Like reducing melee damage taken. And then might be it makes it pretty complicated. This to be easily understandable. So wait, they all fit into one slot right now. So you can only wear one. Maybe I just remove the ring, the amulet, replace them with charms. Sounds better. Because they kind of they overlap. It's pretty muddy. And the charms can be rings or amulets. They don't have to be some kind of token. Yeah, I think that's a much better idea. Okay. Well, so I'll have to go anyways. But I'll think about that a bit longer, so I don't make a rash decision. Remove. Oh, that's actually... Add. Oh, but they don't have levels. Make trinket, ring, amulet. The first 3 charms. Keep all charms in accessory category. Yeah, I think that's pretty cool. Because I can then make the charms anything. Could be a shark tooth. Could be a wishbone. Could be anything really. And well, it shouldn't be wearable, because that implies I can only wear a limited amount of them. But it fits the theme better if you're not running around with gold jewelry. Make them things you could wear in your pocket or bag. All right. Good. I'll think of something. And then implement that today. Tomorrow is... I have some save game stuff here that I'll need to do. which is basically just a toggle to run the game. So it's a command line flag that tells the game to load a specific save file, and then I'll keep save files for each version, and before I release, I load them all and look at them if they work correctly, if that makes sense. That's just a flag to load a specific file. And then I have sound effects the day after. And of course, playtesting the game like a maniac. So if I have time, I'll release a new version tonight, Andre. If I don't make it, then tomorrow. And otherwise, I think that's it. I'll give it a spin too if you release today, tomorrow. Okay, nice, Ethan. Yeah, if I don't make it today, then definitely first thing tomorrow. So yeah, that's what I'll do. I should be able to release it today. I also have to set up some beta branches on Steam. And then maybe move the alpha downloads into a demo for Steam visitors. I'll see about that. Okay. Thanks for watching, guys. Appreciate it. Thanks for testing the game, Andre. Very much obliged. I will be back tomorrow. It's tomorrow, Monday. Probably afternoon again, otherwise at night. Alright, where's my OBS? Boss, OBS. OBS. No OBS. Okay. Alright, guys. Thanks for watching. I'll see you tomorrow or in the coming days. If you tune in, I'll be live. Alright, bye.